Alright, so this is devlog one of hopefully many. The whole reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to make this game, and well, sometimes I get really unmotivated, and the difficulty is that this has no time limit on it, which means I can take however long I want, which means that multiple weeks don't really mean anything in terms of that deadline, but I want to hold myself to something greater than that, so I figured I might as well just throw it on YouTube and see what happens. So yeah, I'm trying to basically make this little game here. You can see that's not what I was supposed to do. Um, you can see you can kind of just run around. My whole idea for this is well, actually, I guess that doesn't quite matter right now, but I just kind of want to show off the things I've recently been able to get done. Been able to lock the player in place. I've added these bounding blocks, these triggers, so that I can change it to a fixed camera perspective and all that stuff. I know how to change the controls when things are, well, locked, because you're supposed to control around the camera, but sometimes you're just controlling, well, actually, by default, you're controlling around the first person camera, or third person camera, whatever it is. When you move your mouse, uh, W can mean north, south, east, or west, depending on where you're pointing. Here, see, this is what I mean. Um, so you can just move your mouse and do this, but, oh, that box is a little bit big. Uh, yeah, but I need to, yeah. I haven't done that yet, but I know how, because I've done it in another test scene. Um, this is basically all I have done so far. Now, here, I don't have, oh god, the controls. I haven't added the controls yet for these things. I can step up on these boxes. I don't know why. I have them to not step up on, but the character does what it wants to do. But this is basically just, again, to hold myself to a higher standard than I currently am, just because I'm hoping this will be helpful. Um, so what I want to do in this next little, I guess, week, because I do a lot of things, so it has to be, uh, where did my cursor go? Do I just not get to see it anymore? Huh. Alright, well, I guess I can figure it out. Well, I guess one of the things is to figure out where my cursor went and why it's not here anymore. But you can see that these doors are all the same, uh, which mean I actually have this in a little dev thing. So you can see up on the corner when you run into something, it shows you. But it's just the doors, but they're all under the same thing. So if you interact with one of the doors, it's going to do the same as all the other ones because they're not separate objects yet. So I want to make them separate objects so I can add some stuff in there. Uh, I want to also add like a little UI thing, like, well, I guess you can't see where I am in relation to the screen, but at the bottom of the screen, I want, what words am I looking for? God, I'm tired. I'm so cold. Ugh. Uh, yeah, the bottom of the screen, I want a little UI to pop up. I want to be able to have text from there, and I want to be able to also, um, yeah, I want to be able to change it obviously programmatically depending on the object, but I also kind of want to figure out how to make it read from a text file because I feel like that would save on resources, but I'm not I'm not really sure. I guess like the bigger you get, the more it'll do that, but I really don't know how much that saves. I just kind of want to do it because it sounds cool. Um, I also want to add cameras to the whole rest of my layout here. Uh, so this is the whole thing that I have. Uh, Here's each floor. Well, this is the top floor, but I want to add different cameras to different areas. Like I'm thinking, if you go to the middle area, camera would be like somewhere here. Obviously not actually in the stair, but it'd be somewhere around here. Down here, it might be like up here because you would be walking in. This would be where a door is, so you would walk in about there. So when you walk in, you have this like weird little top camera perspective. That could be neat, or maybe something over there. I don't know. Um, yeah, I want to add all the cameras and have the controls work just fine. Ultimately, my goal is that when you start the level off, you don't do this because you're never actually going to be in third person. Ooh, it looks spooky back there. Wow, I totally lost track of what I was saying. Yeah, so you need to be able to not have this when you start off. You need to just be able to start right up here, facing this way, and well, I guess you can't see it because the camera wants to bump on everything possible. But yeah, those are what I want to get done by next week. Hopefully, I figured out how to do this. Hopefully, I do another one. Uh, but yeah, long story short, I'm trying to make a game, and we'll see. We'll see if I can do that. All right, bye.